did that in the out of season in the spring and summer. Looked at Oregon stuff and obviously what they're doing now. So, every year is different. You got a group of players. Certainly, when you start over, you kind of go back to what the best. But they've even this season what they started with, kind of where they're at now, is a little bit different than what they started with. But I know they've got a terrific group of skilled athletes, starting with the quarterback. That's a terrific player and a great quarterback, and the running back, the skill receiver and tight end Trey McKitty. Very, very talented group of players. Like to play with tempo, like to run the ball, take a bunch of shots down the field, a variety of exotics, formations, and things of that nature, and deceptive type plays. So we're going to really have to have a great week of preparation, and because they can match up with you, with your skill outside. They very explosive group of players.
Has their offensive line improved as the season's progressed?
It has. So I don't know what their numbers say that they're doing, but I know that their last few weeks they've really started to play a lot more cohesive and not giving up nearly as many big plays, negative plays rather. And just again, sometimes it takes a little bit of time to figure out what you got and who can do what. Once you start playing other people.
They had some problems over on the right side earlier in the year.
Mm-hmm.
Moving a tight end over there, or have they just gotten better at blocking?
I think they've just feel more cohesive in what they're doing, scheme-wise, run-wise, protection-wise, all of it. And the tight end, McKitty, is a really good player, very similar to the tight end that didn't play against us from Syracuse, number 6 for them. They happen to be the same number, but big, long, athletic, strong, tough, can block, create some problems out in space. Really excellent receiver.
Brent Venables FSU.
Mm-hmm.
Kid last year didn't really pan out like he wanted to. This year seems like he's starting to take off.
Well, it was last year's a true freshman, right? And I think everybody saw glimpses, and they had other backs. I think in the role that you had him, you saw him in, you saw him like, wow, he's a very, very good player, very explosive, great instincts, runs behind his pads well, terrific speed. He's a home run hitter, and they're finding ways to get him the ball out in space as well as in their run game. So if as you always say, it always starts up front, both sides of the line of scrimmage, and so I think as that's gotten more consistent for them up front these last few weeks, I think you're starting to see all of their playmakers benefit from it.
Dabo said Nolan Turner was one of the better players on the field Saturdays. How have you seen him grow from when he got here?
Just confidence, probably. That's been the biggest thing. He didn't come in here as a fragile by any stretch, but just all young players, as they transition, I say a lot of them transitionally, they, what's my role? What do you need me to do? Just doing his job. But he's impressed all of us, not just this last week, but he's really this fall had a great fall camp and knows what to do, and he's a good athlete, can tackle well in space, can run, tough kid. You can coach him hard. Really been pleased with his development.
I know he didn't have many offers at all. What did you guys see that made you?
His instincts, his ability to run. He's very good in space. Had great hips. Played super fast, and makes plays on the ball. And you see his tackling ability in space has been really good. So he makes a really instinctive, natural play on the onside kick, and again, whatever we've asked him to do, he's really done a great job. He's had probably, one play that he'd like to have back so far this season in the role that he's had. And has been an excellent special teams player as well. Again, just a very reliable, consistent player. Those are your best players, always. The ones that, you can trust in knowing what to do, play with effort, play with toughness, and you got this mobility, as well. But he's an ultra-consistent player. Really understands our system.
An open field tackle that he made on Lamar Jackson last year, how much do you think that did for his confidence?
I mean, sure, that put that in the. That was a good play. I was like, wow, all right. I'm sure it was big, but we've seen that consistently from him. Had again a nice open field tackle, and maybe it was a third down play on Saturday as well. So, but that was a huge play. You don't see many guys one-on-one get him down like that.
What can you say about they're doing things differently with Brent Venables last time you studied him a couple of years ago, the offensive system?
Well, I mean, yeah, the system's different. It's just a different flavor, different DNA of the spread offense. They go really fast. They give you multiple formations. You're going to get zone read. You're going to get pop passes. They're going to take shots down the field. You're going to get motion and screens, and again, unbalanced sets. That's the spread offense that we all know. It's just a different, flavor and variety. Again, yeah. So Francois is they've got a lot of designed QB run game that's there for him if he chooses it. It's RPOs. I can throw it here, take the quarterback counter here, based on probably numbers, and gets the ball out of his hands fast, reads defenses very well, throws with velocity and accuracy, great toughness, super tough guy, got great respect for DeAndre, and obviously we didn't have to play him last year. He was hurt, and yeah, he's a terrific player, and again, he's starting to get into a rhythm, and getting comfortable with what they're doing on offense.
Speaking to his toughness 2 years ago, you guys just battered him, and he just kept getting back up.
Yeah.
We've seen it time and time again.
Well, early in the year, when again they're working through some things offensively, same thing, and again now he's doing really well.
Brent, coming into Isaiah Simmons was a guy you really look at and step into a role. You challenged him quite a lot with different offenses you faced over the last few weeks. Can you talk to us about what he has brought to the defense?
Well, he's versatile. He's long and he's athletic, can run. We're still trying to get him polished up. He made a bunch of plays, had a ton of production on Saturday, and if he just cleans up a few things, whether it's in alignment, eyes, technique, and coverage, technique in the run game, he probably would have been player of the game. And there's a lot of little things that he's working on diligently. And, I think that, he's going to just be a terrific disruptive player. And he's doing pretty good now. And but I think there's still so much more for him. And he gives you, again, a 6'4", 225 pounds that can go cover people up. And he's long and athletic and blitz, and just he can make up. He can be wrong in a lot of ways. Whether that's a leverage or his technique or things of that nature, and can still cover up for his mistakes, and a lot of players can't do that. So he's got a lot of just natural disruption and ability, very much like, say, Xavier Thomas. Does a lot of little things wrong, but you wouldn't know it to the naked eye, and because they can cover up for it with his ability. But so trying to refine him and continue to do that and develop him. And I have a lot of confidence that'll continue to happen, and he'll become a great player because he does work. He loves to work, and he lets you coach him hard.
Day in and day out, what's it like to be around and to coach Kayvon Wallace?
Kayvon? Kayvon's fun. He's a good teammate. He's very supportive of his teammates, encouraging. He's got a lot of natural ability, good instincts for the game, a good feel for the game, can play, multiple positions for us. And, he's still, that maturation process is still happening for him mentally and physically. Has a chance to be, again, another terrific player. He's not yet, and I think he's a good player. And, if when he decides he is going to do all the little things right all the time, then again, he can kind of fill in the blank himself, as far as the adjectives on what he could become. But love where he's at and the direction that he's going, and has played really pretty well for us, in every game this year.
He said after the game that he has a chip on his shoulder whenever he plays NC State because they didn't recruit him. Do you wish more schools hadn't recruited him?
Oh, I'll remind him. Florida State didn't recruit him. Yeah, there's a long laundry list of people, which is good, man. There's nothing wrong with that.
Another player that seemed to have made some marked improvement is that Tanner Hughes is
Mhm.
starting to put a couple of teams together.
Yeah.
Talk about recovery. Talk about the play that he got burned.
He didn't get burned. It was Jalen Williams that got burnt. And he's just a help guy and made a great play, really saved Jalen's butt. But that was a very good play. Did a great job of getting back to in an in-phase position, as we say, as opposed to panicking and running into the guy and puts his hands in there and rips the ball out, played the guy's hands. And it was one of those, oh, my God, moments, and then it was, oh, great, it was like you could see it immediately that we weren't in a good position. So he did a great job in recovering and making a play. But he's really continued to mature and play within the system, and shows his speed, shows his physicality, had a nice sack off the edge early, and always plays tough with great emotion, and